The first law of power: be the hidden master, a tale of ambition, strategy, and survival. Chapter 1. The Rise of James Carter. James Carter was an ambitious young man working at a prestigious investment firm in New York City. Born into a working-class family in Detroit, he had clawed his way into the world of high finance through sheer determination and intelligence. He was sharp, driven, and, above all, hungry for success. From the moment he joined Landon and Associates, he stood out. His ideas were brilliant, his work ethic unmatched, and he quickly became the go-to problem solver in the office. Senior partners took notice, clients praised him, and even the CEO, Mr. Richard Landon, occasionally nodded in approval during meetings. But James made one fatal mistake. He shined too brightly. Chapter 2. The Hidden Dangers of Excellence. James's boss, Michael Thornton, had been with the company for over 15 years. He was competent, but not extraordinary. A man who had climbed the ladder more through politics than performance. At first, Michael saw James as an asset. A rising star under his leadership made him look good. But as James continued to impress executives, clients, and even the firm's CEO, Michael's admiration turned into something darker: resentment and fear. James didn't realize that his success was a threat to his superior. He openly corrected Michael in meetings, took on high-profile projects without seeking his approval, and was often praised more than his boss. What James failed to understand was the first law of power: never outshine the master. A man in America must recognize that power is not just about talent, it's about perception, hierarchy, and control. When you make your boss look weak, you make yourself a target. Chapter 3. The fall. One day, James walked into the office and found his desk cleared out. Confused, he was escorted to HR, where he was informed that he was being let go. The official reason? Cultural misalignment and concerns over teamwork. The real reason? Michael had orchestrated his downfall. He had quietly spread rumors that James was too arrogant, undermined leadership, and was difficult to work with. He convinced key partners that James was a loose cannon who couldn't be trusted with sensitive clients. And just like that, the rising star was burned out of the sky. Chapter 4. The Lessons for All Men. Sitting in his small apartment, reflecting on his downfall, James finally understood the brutal reality of power. Power is a game of perception, not just skill. In corporate America, or any power structure, being the best is not enough. If you fail to manage how others perceive you, you will become a target. Never make your boss feel inferior. Even if you are more talented, always make your superior feel secure. Let them take credit when necessary. Stroke their ego while silently positioning yourself for the next step. Subtlety is strength. Operate in the shadows. Influence from behind the scenes rather than openly challenging authority. The most powerful men in America don't always wear the crown. They control the crown. Loyalty is a myth. Alliances matter. James assumed his talent alone would protect him. Instead, he should have built alliances with other powerful executives, board members, or even competitors. Power is never held alone. Control your image. James failed because his reputation was shaped by others. In a world where perception is king, you must always control your own narrative. Chapter 5. The Comeback. James did not stay down for long. He reinvented himself, taking a lower-profile position at another firm while studying the game of power. This time he played it differently. He made sure his bosses felt secure, never publicly outshining them. He built relationships with the real power players behind closed doors. He became indispensable without being threatening. 2 years later, he outmaneuvered Michael Thornton, this time not with brilliance, but with strategy. Thornton was blindsided when James was promoted above him, backed by the same people who once doubted him. This time, James knew better than to celebrate publicly. He simply smiled, shook hands, and acted humble, because he had finally learned the first law of power. Final thought. A man in America must understand that raw talent alone does not win the game. Power is about strategy, influence, and timing. Be excellent, but never a direct threat. Make others feel powerful, even when you hold the real power. Move smart, not just fast. Because in the end, power is not taken. It is given to those who play the game well.